that last game, a couple of those returns really were quite wayward. And he'll be trying to keep those out of the tiebreaker.
Agassi.
Not sure if this was the right shot selection from Leighton Hewitt. He went for the topspin lob. He had quite a bit of time to set up. You can see there, had time to hit the passing shot, as it ended up a pretty easy smash for Agassi. Terrific backhand. Leighton Hewitt taking the opportunity on the short ball and really flattens this backhand out. No topspin at all, dead flat. Really getting a lot of zip behind the ball. Makes the score 1 point all in the tiebreaker.
Hewitt.
Beautiful shot by Leighton Hewitt. Caught the line. And he leads 3-2 in the tiebreaker. So certainly going for his shots at pressure moments in the match.
Well, this is a great shot, showing a lot of courage right on the line. Really hitting through the ball beautifully. Not holding back one little bit.
So that mini break, Brad, has brought about a 4-2 lead for Hewitt. And that point was important on Agassi's serve.
Well, every point's important in a tiebreaker, but certainly to make the change of ends as the players are doing now after 6 points, leading 4 points to 2. A very comforting feeling for young Leighton Hewitt. He's got to serve from the bad end now. When I say the bad end, that's the end where their players have to serve into the sun. It'll be very interesting to see what sort of depth he's able to get on this first or second serve. No problem at all. A great first serve. Leighton Hewitt now on the verge of winning the first set of this semi-final match. Look at the depth on that serve, right up there near the line. Leighton Hewitt's getting pumped up now, and why shouldn't he? What a great backhand, what a great first set he's played.
6-2.
Agassi just dropping that ball just a little bit short, and Leighton Hewitt was good enough to take advantage of it. So 4 set points.
6-3.
One save by Agassi. now with 2 of his own serves to come, leading 6 points to 3. Brad Gilbert just shaking his head. That's Agassi's coach. Fantastic return by Agassi. He really didn't hold back at all.
6-4.
And Leighton Hewitt still got the ball back in play. Made him play one more shot. Really fantastic movement by Hewitt. Look at this one, full stretch. Agassi wins the point, saves another set point. Leighton Hewitt with 2 to go, 6-4. Well, the momentum has just swung a little bit there. Leighton Hewitt did lead 6 points to 2 in this tiebreaker. It's now back to 6 points to 5. Still set point to the young man from South Australia, but Andre Agassi now has 2 serves of his own. Mr. and Mrs. Hewitt must be very nervous.
Backhand by Leighton Hewitt, and the emotion tells the story. He wins the first set in a tiebreaker. There's his parents, who are now to their feet, well, his mother at least, and a fine performance by Leighton Hewitt.
He's won the opening game of the second set, Leighton Hewitt. Must really push himself to maintain his concentration and not try to get too excited and hit shots like that and try and win the points too early.
But something he hasn't done throughout the tournament. He's been very patient from the back of the court. Leighton Hewitt.
Don't too long.
It's already a very big week for Hewitt. He'll double his career prize money of $7,000, regardless if he loses here, and move into the top 300 in the world in the singles.
That's one of Agassi's trademarks, that backhand down the line. Agassi really does have magnificent ground shots. The execution is fantastic, very simple, very clean. He can hit the ball in any direction off both wings. Well, that's just a fantastic return, and once again showing experience way beyond his years. When most young players would step in here and just crunch that ball, go for the percentage shot, but Leighton Hewitt showing a lot of confidence in himself to be able to go for that little drop shot. Very good second serve by Agassi, right on the line.
1 game.
pushing Hewitt wide, unable to control that forehand. Agassi's, as I said before, has really come to this tournament with a real purpose about him. He's looking incredibly fit, fitter than I have ever seen him before. Twice already in the tournament, as I mentioned before, Agassi's been down a set, lost the first set on two occasions, has maintained his composure and has come back very, very strongly in the second and especially the third set. And that's what he'll be trying to do again today. Shake it ahead, that's a very, very sloppy point from Andre Agassi, and I'm sure his coach Brad Gilbert there on screen, the right-hand side, is not very happy. Just a lack of concentration really all over this point. Had it won, thought that ball was going out, and poor footwork, just not getting back in position. Good little combination there, the big forehand down the line, followed up by a great touch, crunching that forehand, a lot of power, setting up for the backhand drive, the last second changing it into a drop shot. I like the way Leighton Hewitt hits that forehand. He loves that shorter ball. He's able to hit it on the top of the rise. You can see they're really jumping as he hits the ball. That means he's hitting the ball right up the top of the rise, down into the court.
There's John Olsen, the Premier, stony-faced, but obviously hoping the hometown boy can pull off an unexpected victory here. Brings up game point with that error from Andre Agassi, and it's been errors forced in part by the strong baseline play from the man in screen.
Left, also.
Down the tee brings up a 2-1 lead for Leighton Hewitt in this
match. Nothing wrong about it at all. Just to give you an indication of how close this match is, in the first set Andre Agassi won 43 points and Leighton Hewitt 42. So it just goes to show in a set of tennis it's not how many points you win, it's the ones that count, winning the big ones.
So Andre Agassi levels with a love game. 2-2 in the second set. And the portion of the big size crowd enjoying the action. And a promoter's dream really, former world #1 against a 16-year-old local who's obviously destined to be a very good player. Brings up an ace, and Hewitt has Laters last night gained a entry into next week's international in Sydney, which is great to see. And it's on the cards he'll gain a wild card to the Australian Open. Last year he was the youngest qualifier ever at 15.
I don't think there can be too much doubt about Leighton Hewitt getting a wild card at the Australian Open. He can go ahead and book his ticket to Melbourne and hotel. He'll be there for sure in the main draw. A great young prospect for Australian tennis. Leighton Hewitt once again going wide on the first court. He's gone for the wide serve on the forehand court 58% of the time. And when you consider that's to Agassi's forehand, it's a very interesting strategy. One that's been working so far.
Well, Agassi gets his opportunity here, 30 all and 2 all in the second set. Well, that error brings up break point for Andre Agassi. That's his strength. Leighton Hewitt's forehand. But he dunked the passing shot in the net. So Agassi will be looking to put as much pressure on the youngster as possible.
Well, this is great tennis by Leighton Hewitt. Here he is down break point and not holding back at all. You can see they're just in full flight, ripping this backhand, just clipped the top of the net. Agassi had a little bit of room down the line. He's made that shot before on plenty of occasions. Just couldn't quite do it then. Leighton Hewitt setting up for the short forehand. Now Agassi's running that way, but Hewitt still went there, which shows he's got confidence in his shot selection. You would have seen Agassi moving out there, but still thought, what the heck, I'm going to hit this well enough, it won't matter.
Hewitt fights back.
He has taken his game to a whole new level out here today. Leighton Hewitt has had to do a lot of running out there today. As I mentioned earlier in the first set, Agassi really is the one pouring the pressure on from the baseline, pushing the ball from corner to corner, and Hewitt is doing all the scrambling. bad luck. Gee, he set the point up well. Agassi's done very well to get that ball so low. See, Hewitt really had to bend and only had to push the ball across into the open court. But once again, you see Agassi really making Leighton Hewitt work very, very hard. That last shot he played, he was almost out in the bleachers. You can see here, very close to the old grass courts here at Memorial Drive. So it'll be very interesting to see physically how Leighton Hewitt can handle that sort of pressure out there today. Once again being stretched wide. That's hard work. Mind you, when you're 16 years of age and you play your first semi-final on the ATP Tour, you're probably not feeling much pain at all.
Well, I'd say there'd be a fair bit of adrenaline rushing through the body. But Agassi's working his ground strokes wide to run Hewitt around the court. He levels at 3-all. So the important 7th game coming up with Hewitt up 1-0.
Well, Agassi hasn't won a first point on Leighton Hewitt's serve for quite a long time, and that's just the opening he wanted. A little gift there, double fault, gives him a love 15. It's time for Agassi to make a move. He's down a set, it's 3 games all in the second. Very interesting. Agassi on the second serve on that occasion, rather than stepping in, he dropped way back behind the baseline and just threw that ball back right up into the air, slowing the pace of this match down. He's trying to work the angles now. Rather than hit through Leighton Hewitt, he's trying to go around him. Once again, Agassi dropping back. All through the match, he's been really standing up very close to the baseline, going after the second serve. Leighton Hewitt has a very good technique. He's able to generate power on his own. He doesn't need pace. Agassi not giving him much pace at all on that occasion, but really whipping the racket head through the ball, rifling that ball for a winner. Still under pressure, 15-30. Oh, that's just fantastic, just tremendous stuff. What a good young player he is, Leighton Hewitt. Down love 30, and has come up with 2 superb points in a row.
Superb reflex volley there by Hewitt.
Well, it was a great reflex, but he got himself into trouble and then got himself out of trouble. He really did make the wrong choice here with this short drop shot. Agassi should have hit that for a winner. And Leighton Hewitt, what a great reaction at the net, but I'm sure his parents' hearts were in their mouth on that point.
That's a fine fight back from Leighton Hewitt. He was down love 30, but has strung together some tremendous tennis to fight back and lead 4-3. And the big first serve set that one up.
Well, 4 very good points in a row, or 3. The other one, as I said before, I think he got himself out of jail. But to be down love 30 in such a big match and score 3-all, second set he's...
From the back of the court, he leads 4-3 in the second set.
15.
Two good first serves by Agassi. Hewitt would be wanting to pressure the former world number one here.
Agassi's maintaining that impressive first serve percentage. It's now at 75%, so that's very, very good. That's Agassi's seventh ace. A pretty easy game for Agassi. He made Leighton Hewitt work very hard on his previous service game. It's always good to go around and then serve a quick game yourself. As we see Brad Gilbert looking a little bit perplexed. That's Andre Agassi's coach.
And a player that was pretty tough on the tour as well, Brad.
He certainly was. He was ranked as high as number 4 in the world, if my memory serves me correctly.
Well, he hits the off forehand, the cross-court forehand, but it's certainly his best wing, Leighton Hewitt. And he's come up with a brilliant passing shot there.
Leighton Hewitt has been impressive in almost every department today, but what has been quite incredible to me has been his movement. He really has moved with incredible speed, great balance. He's been made to do a lot of scrambling. That time Agassi stepping in on the second serve, taking the ball early. Serve right on the line. Really skipped through on Agassi.
14-15.
Ball hitting the white paint just gives it a little bit more pace off the court. Terrific knee band. You can see how low he gets there. Drives his body up and forward into the ball on the serve.
Well, Agassi disputes the call, but it looked to be good. He comes up with a big second. Well, the umpire umpire's been under a bit of pressure. Both players questioning line calls there. It was close. The far line for the centre umpire. Always a tough one to overrule.
Well, Leighton Hewitt still talking about the first point.
Warning Hewitt.
And unfortunately, he's just got a code of conduct warning.
He's going over to clarify that, Brad. I think he thought the umpire misinterpreted what he actually said.
Yes, it's amazing how often players think that umpires misinterpret what they say. But really, young Leighton should just get on with it. He's playing terrific tennis out there now. Doesn't need to get involved in any of that sort of stuff. Two very solid points, very aggressive off the ground shots, generating a lot of power and forcing two Agassi errors. Puts Leighton Hewitt in a position of being only 2 points away from the final. Shot under pressure. He had to make that shot or he was facing a match point. Beautiful shoulder turn, releasing the racket head through the ball. A little bit of a miss hit from Leighton Hewitt, but he'll take it. Once again, Brad Gilbert shaking the head. He's been doing a lot of that today. Leighton Hewitt not catching this ball cleanly, or I should say the racket spinning in his hand.
Advantage Agassi.
He follows an equally good backhand down the line to level at 5-all, and the pressure was right on the former world number one there.
He really was under a lot of pressure, but he came through with the goods. Once again, a very well played point to finish off the game. Agassi needs to get himself into one of these Leighton Hewitt service games early. Must try and do something with this second serve. Put some pressure on the youngster. Oh, that's just too good. Absolutely world class. Leighton Hewitt, just 16 years of age, producing the goods in the biggest match of his life.
30-15.
Leighton Hewitt once again going up wide on that first court to the Agassi forehand. And once again, Agassi coming up with the unforced error. Well, Leighton Hewitt once again talking to himself. He's really being pushed around the court by the Agassi ground shots. And all of a sudden the door opens for Andre Agassi. A break point. He hasn't seen too many of these today.
Left, for sure.
Second serve. That just takes enormous courage. Down break point, and he has rocketed that second serve straight down the middle.
Adelaide to the Hewitt.
This is a superb tennis. Agassi really throwing everything at the young 16-year-old. At this stage, he just keeps coming up with the answers.
Well, Hewitt toughs it out and again survives a break point in the second set.
Love 15.
A very big point about to be played right now. The door a little bit open for Leighton Hewitt. Love 15.
15.
Agassi coming up with a big first serve. Just 163 kilometres an hour, but well placed out to the backhand corner. Shot. It's not an easy shot to play, the high backhand smash, and he was caught a little bit on the wrong foot, Agassi, but readjusted his balance.
30-15.
Coming in on the forehand, Leighton Hewitt trying to throw it up there, straight down the line, but Agassi just too good. Serve landing right on the corner peg, perfectly positioned. Hargraves just rolled his arm over, not a bad second serve, and look what Leighton Hewitt does to it, just crunches it down the line. Cold winner. And the net caught on that occasion, helping Leighton Hewitt.
Deuce.
Agassi's approach shot, clipping the top of the net, just sits up for Hewitt. And so the score now back at deuce.
Hewitt.
That was such a big point for Leighton Hewitt. Brings up match point now. Right on the line there. Agassi failed to double back. And the biggest moment in his career after 2 ATP events, match point against the former world number 1. Agassi survives one by getting to the net. There's Hewitt's parents. Agassi played a good point there, just building up and putting the volley away to the open court.
A very well played point by both players. Leighton Hewitt did well, made Agassi win the point. That was a good serve, a good wide one. Forced Leighton Hewitt into a slicing situation. He couldn't get over that forehand.
Great backhand down the line by Agassi.
Second set.
He survives a match point to level at 6-all, and a tiebreaker will decide the second set as it did the first.
It was a great shot by Agassi. In the first set tiebreaker, Leighton Hewitt jumped out very early to quite a commanding lead, took a 6-point-2 lead, ended up winning it 7 points to 5. I'm sure Agassi has that in the forefront of his mind. He must get off to a good start. Leighton Hewitt, ideally he'd love to get away to another good one. And he's done just that.
1-0. Hewitt.
Very, very good first serve, setting up the shortish return. From that point on, Leighton Hewitt was always in command of the point. See the net cam here. Leighton Hewitt coming in with the final volley. Leighton Hewitt had an opportunity there. Agassi just didn't really punch that volley. Gave Hewitt a look at that passing shot down the line. Well, that ball not catching all of the strings of Leighton Hewitt's racket. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you win them at this stage. So Leighton Hewitt with a little mini break in this tiebreaker. 2-1, 2 serves to come.
Hewitt.
two serves there, Hewitt. He rushes to a 4-1 lead. And again, the pressure is on Andre Agassi to come up with a counter.
Right on the line.
4-2. Hewitt.
A great forehand by Agassi. Takes a quick drink as the players change in after 6 points. Leighton Hewitt's got his towel. It's very, very hot out there today. Watch the last point played. Agassi just hooking that forehand across court right on the line. He must win this next point as well. He's still down 4 points to 2. Second set tiebreaker. Well, now Leighton Hewitt is in an unbelievably commanding position. That ball just long from Agassi gives Hewitt 5-2 lead and 2 serves to come. And the second serve ace. Well, that's quite incredible. What confidence, what courage. And his second serve ace brings up 4 match points for Leighton Hewitt. Look at that, he's really hit that very, very hard and so close to the line.
An open volley there for Leighton Hewitt. Perhaps the first sign of nerves, but he's still got 2 match points. He had his biggest victory right in front of him. And the parents, well, they'd be on the edge of their seats. Volley under pressure by Agassi. Just
6-4.
Cutting it across court. Hewitt still with match point at 6-4.
This is great tennis by both players. Leighton Hewitt once again showing us what great court movement he has.
That's out, and that's a great victory for the 16-year-old Leighton Hewitt. The biggest moment in his career, undoubtedly. And the home fans here in Adelaide are full of voice. Andre Agassi bows out, and Brad Druitt, one would have to say, a completely unexpected victory for Leighton Hewitt.
Well, he certainly went into this match as a huge underdog, playing the 3-time Grand Slam winner in Andre Agassi, a former #1 player. Just 16 years of age, playing in his second ATP Tour event. And whilst it was a great effort to get to the semi-finals, to now beat Andre Agassi and make the finals, well, that's the best performance by a 16-year-old Australian tennis player for as long as I can remember.
We've had some great junior champions, but this fella has really covered himself in glory. There's his parents, Glenn and Sherilyn Hewitt. Glenn, a league footballer here in South Australia, but he's seen his son scale the heights of professional tennis by beating one of the legends of the game, Andre Agassi. He's been a great draw card for the tournament.
Please put our hands together for Andre Agassi and wish him good luck at the Australian Open.
On his comeback, Andre Agassi, he reached the world's #1 position. And we'll be back to Memorial Drive after this show.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out today and supporting me. And make sure you come out tomorrow as well, hopefully.
I know you have a picture of Andre, or a poster of Andre in your lounge room. Did you have to take it down last night?
No, Andre's always been a big fan of mine and an idol as I was growing up, so I was just happy to be out in the same court as him.
And Jason, I guess this is really your first tournament on the ATP Tour that you've won events in, so you wouldn't have played Jason before. How do you feel you're going to play against him tomorrow, and do you have any big tactics in mind, or you just see what happens?
Hopefully, but no, we'll just see what happens. We'll come out here and I've been getting better at each match, and hopefully it's a good match tomorrow.
Well, congratulations again from all of us here, and good luck, and we hope to see your name on the South Australian honour board here.
Tomorrow's finalists, ladies and gentlemen, Leighton Hewitt,